Finally, Marcus Rashford accepts Manchester United exit is final as he eyes Champions League future. Marcus Rashford has reportedly come to terms with the fact that he will never play for Manchester United again. The England international, currently on loan at Aston Villa, has experienced a resurgence in form, but it appears his future no longer lies at Old Trafford. After struggling for consistency and falling out of favor at United, Rashford made a temporary move to Villa during the January transfer window. Since then, he has netted 4 goals and provided 6 assists in 17 appearances, proving to be an effective weapon for Unai Emery's side. He even found the net in Villa's recent 2-1 defeat to Manchester City, converting a penalty to temporarily draw the sides level. Despite being under contract with Manchester United until 2028, Rashford understands that his time at the club has come to a close. The arrival of head coach Ruben Amorim has effectively sealed his fate, with the Portuguese boss reportedly uninterested in reintegrating Rashford into the first-team picture. Sources close to the player have confirmed that Rashford has accepted this reality and is now actively exploring his options for a permanent move this summer. Villa exit on the horizon. Although Aston Villa hold a £40 million option to sign Rashford permanently, it appears that the forward has no desire to extend his stay in the Midlands. While Emery has publicly praised Rashford's contributions, stating, "I'm so happy with him, he's performing very well. He's been really important for us." Rashford's long-term vision does not seem to align with remaining at Villa Park. Rashford's ambitions center around playing in the Champions League next season, something Villa are currently in danger of missing out on. Their recent loss to Manchester City has seen them drop to 7th in the Premier League table, 2 points behind 5th-placed Newcastle in a tight race for European qualification. Looking abroad for a fresh start. A move to Spain is reportedly an attractive proposition for Rashford, who is looking to reinvent himself away from the scrutiny that comes with playing in England. Notably, the players' camp has ruled out a move to any London club, narrowing the field of potential Premier League suitors. This preference, combined with his desire to play Champions League football, makes La Liga clubs an appealing option. Importantly, Rashford's representatives are not expected to enter formal talks with Manchester United regarding his future until mid-June. The focus for now remains on helping Villa finish the season strongly and potentially lifting the FA Cup with an upcoming semi-final match on the horizon. No swap deals on the table. United, for their part, are believed to be considering attacking reinforcements for the summer. However, reports suggest that Rashford will not be involved in any player swap deals, with names like Ollie Watkins and Ebereki Eze floated as United targets. His camp is clear. Rashford's future move will be based on finding the right fit, not as a bargaining chip in other negotiations. No surprise for former United players. Rashford's decision to sever ties with United is not unexpected to some former players. Teddy Sheringham, who once wore the red shirt with distinction, believes Rashford's recent performances and body language make his feelings toward the club apparent. "I don't think there's a way back for Marcus Rashford at Man United," Sheringham told CasinoApps.com. "I don't think he wants to. I look at the body language he's giving off at Villa, and it's like he couldn't be any happier to be further away from Manchester United if he tried." For Rashford, the path ahead may be far from the one many envisioned when he burst onto the scene at Old Trafford as a teenage prodigy. However, at 27, and with plenty of football still ahead of him, he's clearly focused on writing a new chapter in his career, one that could yet see him shine on Europe's biggest stage. Roy Keane speaks about one big reason: Kevin De Bruyne could join Manchester United after City exit. In a surprise twist that sent shockwaves through the footballing world, Kevin De Bruyne is set to leave Manchester City at the end of the season. After more than a decade of dazzling performances, countless assists, and major silverware, the Belgian midfielder is now looking for a new club, and Roy Keane has a cheeky suggestion. Why not just head across town to Manchester United? Speaking on Sky Sports, Former Manchester United captain Roy Keane joked that De Bruyne wouldn't even have to pack his bags. United! He wouldn't have to move house, Keane quipped, after fellow pundit Shay Given expressed concern that the 32-year-old might end up with a Premier League rival. The remark was lighthearted, but it came off the back of a serious situation that has left many fans scratching their heads. Despite his legendary status at the Etihad and being named City's Player of the Season 4 times, De Bruyne revealed that the club made no effort to extend his contract this year. "I have not had any offer the whole year. They just took a decision," De Bruyne said. "Obviously, I was a bit surprised, but I just have to accept it." While many assumed De Bruyne would finish his career at City, the club appears to be shifting its focus to younger talent. That decision, however surprising, opens the door for several possibilities, each more intriguing than the last. Still a force to be reckoned with. Though injuries have plagued him this season, De Bruyne remains one of the most gifted midfielders in world football. With over 100 goals for City and numerous assists that have defined an era of dominance under Pep Guardiola, he has made an indelible mark on the Premier League. Former City goalkeeper Shay Given believes De Bruyne still has much to offer. Kevin will admit he is not at his peak, but you can see he still has a lot to offer. He can turn up at another Premier League club, and that is a concern for City. At 32, De Bruyne isn't the energetic box-to-box presence he once was, but his football intelligence, passing range, and leadership remain elite. The question now is, where does he go next? Manchester United a realistic option? While Roy Keane's comment was made in jest, the notion of De Bruyne crossing the Manchester divide isn't entirely far-fetched. Manchester United are in the midst of their own rebuild, desperately seeking creativity and leadership in midfield. With Bruno Fernandes often shouldering the creative burden alone, a player of De Bruyne's caliber could transform United's attacking threat. There's also the logistical advantage Keane pointed out. De Bruyne and his family are settled in Manchester. A move to United would mean minimal disruption to his personal life, a factor he himself admitted will weigh heavily on his decision. "I'm open for anything," De Bruyne said. "I have to look at the whole picture. I'm looking at sporting, family, everything together, what makes the most sense for me and my family." Beyond England, Saudi Arabia, MLS. Also interested. Though staying in the Premier League is certainly an option, interest in De Bruyne extends far beyond England. Clubs in Saudi Arabia and Major League Soccer, MLS, are reportedly ready to offer lucrative deals. However, the Belgian star has hinted that he's not quite ready to wind down his career in a less competitive league. "I feel like I still have a lot to give," he explained. "Obviously, I know I'm not 25 anymore, but I still feel like I can do my job. I like to play football. I like to compete." With those words, it's clear De Bruyne is still driven by ambition, not just money. That might eliminate some of the more financially motivated destinations, at least for now, and keep him in Europe a little while longer. The coming months will be pivotal as De Bruyne weighs his options. Whether it's a bold switch to a Premier League rival like United, a romantic return to a former club in Europe, or a move to a new frontier, his next decision will be one of the most watched stories of the summer. One thing's for certain, wherever he ends up, De Bruyne will continue to be a player who defines games and demands respect. And as Roy Keane reminded us with a grin, maybe he won't have to move house at all. Manchester United target Victor Osimhen in bold summer rebuild under Ruben Amorim. Manchester United are preparing for a pivotal summer transfer window, with new head coach Ruben Amorim identifying Victor Osimhen as the marquee striker signing to lead a major squad overhaul at Old Trafford. According to reports, United are pushing ahead with a potential £40 million deal for the Nigerian forward, who is currently on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli. With Osimhen heading into the final year of his contract, the Red Devils believe they can secure his services for a fee significantly below his market valuation. Osimhen has long been admired across Europe. and his 29 goals in 34 appearances this season have only strengthened his reputation as one of the most lethal forwards in world football. His 2022-23 campaign was a historic one, leading Napoli to their first Serie A title in 33 years, breaking personal records and cementing his status as a clutch performer with the quality to deliver at the highest level. For United, a club that has struggled for consistency and potency in front of goal, Osimhen represents a solution to a pressing problem. Under Amorim, United's attacking output has faltered, and the burden of expectation has weighed heavily on Rasmus Højlund. Despite arriving for a fee in the region of £72 million, Højlund has managed just one goal in his last 28 games, failing to find rhythm or consistency in a team lacking identity. Osimhen, by contrast, offers experience, explosiveness, and the kind of physical presence that Amorim's tactical setup demands. At 26, he is entering his prime years, and his proven ability to score in both domestic and European competitions makes him an ideal fit for a squad seeking to re-establish itself among Europe's elite. United's push for Osimhen is also shaped by their current financial landscape. Operating under the constraints of the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, the club is being more strategic about spending. That's where the value of Osimhen's contract situation comes into play. With just 1 year remaining, Napoli are under pressure to sell, rather than risk losing him for free in 2026. United are hoping this leverage will allow them to strike a deal in the region of £40 million, a steal in today's market for a player of his caliber. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, United's co-owner, has made it clear he envisions building a younger, more dynamic squad with resale value. Osimhen, though slightly older than other linked targets like Liam Delap, still fits that mold due to his upward trajectory and ability to contribute immediately. Delap, who will reportedly be available for £30 million, remains an option, but Amorim has made his preference clear. Osimhen is the man to lead his attack. What makes Osimhen so valuable to Amorim is not just his goal output, but his overall game. He presses from the front, stretches defenses, and thrives in transition, all key elements in Amorim's style. Additionally, his Champions League experience brings a maturity and winning mentality that United are sorely lacking in their current squad. Amorim has already begun making tactical tweaks to cover for United's lack of reliable strikers. With Joshua Zirkzee ruled out for the season, Højlund has been forced to play through his slump. In recent matches, Amorim has even experimented with midfielder Kobbie Mainoo in an advanced role, a clear sign of the coach's frustration and the need for reinforcements up front. But signing Osimhen is just the start of what looks to be a major squad overhaul at Old Trafford. Amorim and the club hierarchy are expected to sanction a number of player exits to fund the rebuild. Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Antony are all reportedly on the chopping block. Casemiro, whose influence has waned this season, could also be sold, while Alejandro Garnacho, despite being one of the few bright spots, may be moved on for the right offer. Alongside Osimhen, United are also targeting Wolves forward Matheus Cunha. The club believes both players could complement each other and reshape the attacking lineup heading into next season. The approach is clear: a leaner, younger, hungrier squad aligned with Amorim's philosophy. Speaking earlier this month, Amorim emphasized how critical the summer transfer window will be for defining his tenure at United. "There are characteristics we don't have in our squad, and we are trying to see about the gaps we have," he said. "When I say we need big players, I'm not talking about players from Real Madrid. I am talking about players in the way I see the game. Of course, money helps. We need to be really good in recruitment. We need to know our system and the way we play, and the players have to be perfect for their positions. So we know what we have to do, that is clear, and we will see next season." Finally, Fabio Romano breaks silence on Matheus Cunha deal to join Manchester United. Ruben Amorim is pushing hard for Matheus Cunha, a signing with real impact. In the fast-evolving landscape of transfer speculation, few names carry the weight of reliability quite like Fabrizio Romano. When he speaks, the football world listens, and his latest update on Matheus Cunha's potential move to Manchester United is turning heads. According to Romano, United are not only interested in the Brazilian forward, but they're also planning to act quickly to secure the deal, aiming to avoid the drawn-out sagas that often plague the summer window. My understanding is that Manchester United will push to get this deal done soon in the market, Romano stated. I don't expect Cunha to be one of the cases we are discussing in July-August. I think Manchester United will try to be fast. This is telling. It suggests that the club has earmarked Cunha as a priority target, not a fallback option. The urgency implies a high level of confidence in his fit within Erik ten Hag's system and a belief that Cunha could bring an immediate spark to a team still searching for consistent attacking rhythm. Cunha, currently with Wolverhampton Wanderers, has quietly built a strong reputation in the Premier League. While not the most prolific striker in terms of goals, his overall play style is what sets him apart. He combines the flair and creativity typically associated with Brazilian forwards with a work ethic and tactical intelligence that would suit Ten Hag's demands. He's versatile too, capable of playing across the front line, either as a central striker or in deeper, wider roles. This flexibility is something United have sorely lacked, especially when injuries or form issues strike. Players like Marcus Rashford, Rasmus Højlund, and Alejandro Garnacho would benefit immensely from a teammate who can drop deep, link play, and open up spaces. What Cunha offers is much more than just a name on a team sheet. He brings energy, ball progression, and unpredictability in the final third. His ability to draw defenders, beat them with skill, and play quick combinations would inject life into United's sometimes static attack. And at just 25, he fits into the club's long-term vision. Young, hungry, and with plenty of room to develop further. Moreover, by moving early, United can avoid being dragged into a bidding war. Cunha's performances have not gone unnoticed, and interest from other clubs could spike later in the window. Getting the deal done quickly would be a statement of intent, and a show of competence from a recruitment team that has faced criticism in recent years. If this move materializes, United fans should be excited. Cunha isn't just another signing, he could be a catalyst. Under Ten Hag, surrounded by technical players and given freedom to express himself, there's every reason to believe he could flourish. And if the club acts swiftly, as Romano suggests, it might just be the signing that helps define their summer.